So my name is Emily Darlington, as we've probably figured out. I am councillor. I'm the cabinet member for adults, housing and healthy communities. And about 3 years ago, a lovely councillor from Bletchley and Fenny Town Council said, "Why isn't the council white ribbon?" And quite frankly, I didn't have a good answer. And so not necessarily because of my cabinet brief, but though it has developed through that, I brought a motion to full council. And I said, but you know what? I'm a mum. I'm a mum of 2 girls who are here in the audience tonight. And I'm also somebody who's experienced violence and stalking. And I don't want us to build a city where that is possible. I want us to build a city where every woman, every girl feels safe, where we set a different standard of behavior, whether it's in our car parks or in our homes or in our shopping centre or in our bars, a different standard of behavior where we all work together, women and men, to say, we just don't behave like that in Milton Keynes. So the first step of that journey was to make sure that this wasn't just me and my pipe dream and that actually other people felt this way. And every single conversation that I've had, everyone's like, yes. We are building a city of the future. We are building a different city. We have robots that deliver our groceries. We're trying out driverless vehicles. Why shouldn't we also use that for social causes, like ending and eliminating the harassment and violence against women and girls? And it couldn't have come at a better time, because we know what's happening online. We know the effect that some of these pickup artist communities and incel communities and get fit communities are doing to radicalize our young men. We see it coming out at schools. We see it coming out in play parks. We see it coming out, right throughout girls growing up. And what does that say? If we're not the ones who are leaders, we're all leaders in this room, in our communities, in our city, if we're not saying, no, in Milton Keynes, we do not behave that way. And we can make all these excuses, like the police don't have enough resources. That's true, they don't. But they're just part of the solution. We can say, well, the city council doesn't have enough resources. Again, that's true, but that doesn't mean we don't try. And every single organization, I know we're all facing a cost of living crisis. I know we're all facing funding cuts in charitable sector, and it's never been harder. But the reality is, it doesn't necessarily take money. What it takes is all of us coming together, each of us in our individual lives, calling out the behaviors that we see with our young, in our homes, in our schools, in the shopping centre, at the MK Dawn, at a music event. We need to call out those behaviours. And we can all do that. And that's why White Ribbon really appeals to me, because it starts with an individual pledge. Whether you're a man or a woman, you make that pledge. And change always starts with yourself. There's a wonderful quote that I have up in my office. The family knows it well. It says, be the change you want to see. So it starts with us. And then we bring it to organizational level. I am so happy, starting with Thames Valley Police, Milton Keynes, and Milton Keynes Council, we became White Ribbon accredited organizations. And now the fire service has joined us. The ambulance service have joined us. But it doesn't stop there. We look at our businesses. Centre MK, I haven't been there today because I'm a bit scared because they say 100,000 shoppers have been through there today. But each of their digital advertising is talking about White Ribbon today on their very busiest day, and we're in long-term discussions about how we create safe spaces. And they did that for free. They did that because they want any woman shopping there to feel safe. And any man who is an upstander, and this is a phrase I'm stealing from White Ribbon, to no longer be a bystander. For us to change that story. So that when people go to the shopping centre, the story isn't, oh, I felt uncomfortable. The story is, I felt completely safe. Now, wouldn't that be fantastic? And it doesn't just stop there. YMCA have coming on board. Milton Keynes Act have always been on board because they are our fantastic, fantastic domestic abuse partners. John Lewis have come on board. I'm going to miss out people and they'll be upset. Mears, who do our housing repairs and maintenance, they're on board so that anytime they walk into a home and they sense there is a problem, they know what to do because they get access into homes that potentially they wouldn't do. So the OU's on board. There's so many individual organizations that are creating that mass of change within Milton Keynes. And, this certificate is not about finishing something. We aren't yet a white ribbon city, in my view. We can become a white ribbon city, and I appreciate it's something I made up, but because we will be the first white ribbon city. And that's because a white ribbon city means there is no place in this city that women and girls shouldn't feel safe. And I can't forget the amazing work of our parish councils that, of course, come on board. It started at Bletchley and Fenny, Newport Pagnell Town Council, Shenley Brook End, Great Linford, and others are all coming on board. And what difference would that make to a city? Well, if we didn't spend a lot of time as women and girls wondering about how to dress differently and how to protect ourselves and all of those different things that we do spend quite a bit of time learning on how to carry our keys so we're safe when we get back to our cars or to our homes. If we spent less time doing that, we could spend more time creating opportunity, becoming amazing, becoming the great city that we should all be. So my plea to each and every single one of you, whatever community you live in, whatever business you work in, raise this issue. Raise it. Say, can we do white ribbon? And see what kinds of conversations that you can start to create. Giving that space not only just for women to talk about their individual stories and experiences, which is so, so important, but also giving space to the silent majority of men who would never consider harassing or being violent against a woman. Making sure that they move from being upstanders to stop being bystanders. Making that voice heard. Making that, because we are the majority. Andrew Tate can do whatever he wants, and all of his mates online can do whatever they want. We are the majority in Milton Keynes, and we can say that behavior does not ever belong in our city. So thank you all very much.